just introduce myself, because y'all know my name is Charles. But y'all know when I'm on this mic, I'm just a young man telling his story, coming to you live from the confines of my home, virtually. Let me just first also thank, before I get into this, one of my advisors from Livingstone College. He really helped me see this vision as well, Mr. Benjamin Davis. Hopefully he will see this, so I give gratitude to him as well, because he was a really big help to this as well. So I am who I am. So y'all know when I always get on here, I give you a something to think about. I give you a something to think about. Well, your something to think about comes out of one of my favorite verses in the Bible tonight. That's where it's coming from, one of my favorite verses in the Bible. Jeremiah 29, and it says this. Jeremiah 29:11 says this. I know the plans I have for you, announced the Lord. I want you to enjoy success. I do not plan to harm you. I will give you hope for years to come. Let me say that again. Jeremiah 29:11. This is your something to think about. I know the plans I have for you, announced the Lord. I want you to enjoy success. I do not plan to harm you. I will give you hope for years to come. I am who I am. So, like I always tell you, y'all, I was raised in a Baptist church, so I always have 3 points. That's what I usually know, being raised in a Baptist church. So I really got 3 questions for you tonight, and I'm going to get out your way. I promise you, I got 3 questions, and I'm going to get out your way. I promise you that. So let's get into this. I am who I am. Let's get into this. So the first question is this. Where you come from? Oh, that's an important question. Where you come from? This is what I found out. Where you come from does not define you, but it can shape who you want to be. So sometimes where you come from might shape who you want to be. The reason why somebody might want to be an educator or a lawyer or a doctor, they may have seen a bad educator, lawyer, or doctor. You got it. Okay, you're going to go with me. You're going to follow me here in a second. Okay, so now when you have those people, some people just, that just defines them. Some folks have had a teacher say they ain't going to be nothing. Some folks have had parents say they ain't going to be nothing. Some people done walked out of their neighborhoods and realized folks didn't even believe in them. Where you come from does not define who you are, though. See, but what defines you is what you make out of your life. What defines you is what you make out of your life. And see, not everybody grow up in green pastures with gated communities, big houses, nice cars. Some folks grow up in the hood. Some folks grow up middle class. Some folks, not everybody is in a big house. And just because you live in a big house does not mean everything is good. Let's just keep it real on here tonight. I'm just going to say it for the record. So where you come from has significance. Where you come from has importance. And I remember a story because it was something that Steve Harvey had to go through when he was growing up. I think it was a comedy that he was doing. He was about to retire. And he was in Chicago, and he was having a conversation in the classroom because a teacher asked him a question. The teacher asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? That's a question that everybody get when they go to school. That's a question that I got in kindergarten. If you've ever been to kindergarten before, that's usually a question that the teacher asks. Now, if I'm wrong, okay, I might be wrong. But what I remember is the teacher asked, what you want to be when you grow up. But he said he wanted to be on TV. And I remember the stand-up because he got really emotional during part of the comedy. And the teacher said, that's what you want to be? The teacher shot him down, shot his dream down, because she looked through her 2 eyes. She looked through these 2 eyes and saw where she was from and saying, these kids ain't going to ever get out this neighborhood. That is what she thought. That is what defined her. That is what defined the students in her classroom. So she made him take it home, and I think she called his mom. Now, every brother know, when your mama get called, especially if at the school, it's over. You can forget the conversation. Whenever your mama get called at the school, you can forget it. It's over. I don't care what level it is. When mama get called, brothers, it's over. I don't care what the conversation is. So his mama get called. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, well, I remember those days, my mama getting called. And the conversation was never good when I got home because I already knew the conversation. It wasn't really a conversation. So he gets home. Now the teacher done shot his dream down because she looked at where she come from out of these two eyes. Now the old folks going to know where I'm going with this. See, if you got old school grandparents, you know where I'm about to go with this. Okay. So he gets home, and she says the one thing that he did not want to hear: wait till your daddy get home. Oh Lord. So he already knew it was over when Pops got home. He already knew he was going to get a whooping. His dad get home, they find out what happened. His dad sends him to his room, I think. And I'm paraphrasing the story. I'm going to be honest. And I think mom and dad has a conversation. Dad walks in the room. Okay? And so Steve Harvey's like, it's over, I'm getting a whooping. But his dad asks, what did your teacher want you to write? Like most parents hopefully would think. And Steve Harvey said, I guess a police officer, a teacher, something regular, because for some odd reason, we have forgot in society to let students dream. For some odd reason, we have just forgot we can just let students dream. Let me just say for the record, professors, teachers, parents, please stop telling students not to dream. Please stop telling your kids not to dream. Let them dream. That's why they're a child. When they grow, they dream. Do you not remember having dreams when you was younger? Let them dream. So mama was mad. And then the father walks in the room and says, put what you wrote in the classroom in your drawer. Put what you wrote in the classroom in your drawer. So he puts it in his drawer. But his father just didn't finish there. He said, I want you to read it every day. It's something about reading something repetitive when you want to be something. Young people, let me tell you, it's something about writing your dream down and reading it every day. Don't think LeBron James is doing what he's doing and he didn't write nothing down. Let me just say that. Don't think Beyonce is doing what she's doing and she didn't write nothing down. They wrote some stuff down. If you really talk to them and get to a crust of a conversation with them, I promise you, somewhere in that conversation, they wrote something down. Planning is important. And so his father told him to put it in the drawer. And he said, write you want to be an officer or something. Just write something regular down, since that's what she wants. And he said, son, I want you to read it every day, every morning, and every night. And can I tell y'all, if y'all go look at TV right now, well, in the previous years, you would probably see Steve Harvey. It's important to stop looking at stuff with these two eyes and be a bit. My grandparents would tell me, my grandmother still tells me, my mother would tell me, boy, you just don't look at stuff with these two eyes. You look at stuff with that third eye. That's the dream eye. I wish adults understood that dream eye is important. And don't kill a child and a student's dream just because you don't believe in them, because you see where they come from. It's important that we understand that. So where you come from has significance. Where you come from has importance. So what you go through. So now we understand where you come from. It has importance. Knowing I am who I am. I am who I am. That has importance. The reason why I am who I am might be because of the situations that I've been through and seen and the stuff that so we're going to get in what folks been through. Here's the first part. Here's the first part of what you've been through. Your past sometimes is so hard, you don't even realize how you made it. Let me say that again, because we're going to miss this. And parents, we need to get this. We need to tell our children this. We need to tell professors. We need to stop just showing them that we overcome and showing them it's going to be a struggle. So let me just say that again. Your past sometimes is hard that you don't even realize how you made it. What you go through is sometimes difficult. The stuff that you face is hard. It's hell sometimes going through life. Let me just say for the record, parents, the reason why your child might come home upset because it's hell going through high school. Let me just say that for the record. Sometimes they might get bullied, and then you might have some relationships, and then relationships is a whole nother conference that we got to get into for the high school and college students, because that's a whole nother topic. And then they have all these certain issues, and their parents and teachers, you acting a fool on them. And you don't understand. You've been through the same struggle. You need to pull them ahead and help them. Yeah, you're not going to save everybody, but help save the ones that you can. See? Because they go through a lot. You went through a lot. Let's just keep it real. Because if I was to pull some stuff out your closet right now to my adults, if I was to pull some stuff out your closet, you know daggone well you wouldn't want it out the closet. Let's just keep it real up in here tonight. I ain't going to sugarcoat nothing up in here. Let's just keep it real. Because I know I wouldn't want some stuff out the closet. Let's just talk plain in here tonight. I got to talk plain if I'm going to keep it. Hey, I am who I am. So what you go through is important. What you have been through does not determine where you can go in life. What you've been through does not determine where you can go in life. So if I'm the young man telling the story, I got to tell my story. And so really I started to understand this particular motivational word last year. I did not understand it when I wrote it. Sometimes, let me just say something, students. You're going to write down a plan and not understand why you write it. Oh, I need you to write this down because you're going to forget this, because your high school teacher ain't going to tell you this when you about to give up on your dream, when you about to throw in the towel. Let me just say that again. Sometimes you're going to have a plan and don't even realize why you have the plan. You just write it down. So last year, and I didn't even tell my sisters I was going to do this, so I'm going to honor my sisters in doing this as well, because I have to tell this story. Last year, it was around the time of my mother getting more ill. My mother was getting more ill. And so one of the things that she always used to push on us, and I remember having the conversation with my sister, was one of us going to college. That was one of the things that she wanted one of us to do, was go to college. That was just a thing. She wanted us to go to college. Now, her being in the military, she worked so hard for one of us to go to college. And so I guess we all understood that. And for some odd reason, she pushed me a little harder. I guess, I don't know if it was because I was the only boy, or it was because she saw something in me. And my sisters even say this today. She pushed you harder to go to school. And I'm just like, yeah, I know. So I finally got my head on straight. Let's just keep it real. Grown folks, let's stop telling these children, these high school students and college students, it's just all roses because I made it over. Because if we was to keep it real, they go through some struggles. And if we don't talk about these struggles, how they gonna know how to get through the struggle? If they don't know how to get through the struggle, you can forget. Oh, well, I done made it. Well, if just because you done made it, we need to help them make it. So she was really ill. And I realized that, and I knew that I was about to graduate in May of last year in 2019. And so we was really starting to plan things and get things together. And so I got something in the mail from the community college, and I kind of knew my degree came. My mother knew it was a letter from Rowan Cabarrus, but she didn't know it was my degree. And I finally showed her it. And so we had a conversation, and she said, well, what's your next plan? Okay, well, Mama, you ain't gonna, yeah, I'm glad you got, my mama being who she is, she said, I'm glad you got the degree, but what's the next plan? You got to understand sometimes what you've been through. And what she was telling me is that there's life after this. There's a next door after this. There's a next journey after this. If you're going to continue this, you need to have another plan. And I knew I wanted to go to college. I knew I wanted to study political science. I knew I wanted to do that. Applied at Livingstone College. Got in, and long story short, after she seen the degree, she got more ill, and went into the hospital. And I'm being real intimate with you guys tonight, because if I'm gonna talk about I am who I am and say I'm the young man telling his story, I gotta tell you my story on how I overcome. I can't tell you how I got some of the certificates that I got if I don't tell you how I overcame all this stuff. So she gets more ill, and me and my sisters was starting to plan stuff and calling the family in, because we already knew that it was getting close to that time, and we knew that we had to get stuff together. And so I remember it to this day. I was on my way to school, and my middle sister called me, and she and my mom is in hospice at this point. She's in hospice at this point. And she said, you need to come to hospice. And so I kind of knew at this point what was the end all of what was going to happen. And so I'm sitting there saying, I'm still in school, how am I going to get through this? Okay, but I had to understand that sometimes stuff is hard that you don't realize how you made it. And what my mother told me, and this is for my faith folks out here, sometimes you got to hold on to his unchanging hand. And I knew I had to hold on to his unchanging hand to see what the end going to be. And the journey is still going, because I'm still walking through some doors. Students, I need you to understand, it's going to be some stuff hard that you got to walk through some doors, that you got to go through some struggles by yourself. But if you hold on to some unchanging hands, if you hold on to your grandma that goes into that closet, if you hold on to that uncle or that aunt that just try to keep your head on straight, if you hold on to that mentor and that youth pastor and that teacher that keeps riding with you, even when times get hard, I promise you, you're going to make it through. So I finally reached out to my advisors, and I told them, and they said, we got you. If you need us, we got you. It wasn't even a conversation when I called all of them and I told them all the news. It wasn't even a conversation. And so I looked at my sisters and I said, I gotta finish this. I got to finish this. I got to get to May. And they knew that. I said, I have to finish this, not for me, for her, because of everything of what we've been through. And young people, what am I telling you? This is why I need you to understand what you go through is important. This is why I need you, because you might be the generation that changes everything for your family. You might be it. What I did not realize, what my mother was telling me, is your next journey might change everything for your family. You might change the whole generation. You might shift it. You might change it. Don't let nobody kill your dream, because your dream might change everything that needs to happen in the generations to come. So May comes and I graduate. And so I tell my sisters, I applied for Livingstone College. Gratefully, in July, I got into Livingstone College. And now I'm here. Vice President for the Student Government Association for Livingstone College for this year. Maintaining a 3.8 GPA. And why do I say that, students? Why do I say that? I don't say that because I want to hold my stuff up to a standard. Because I want to tell you, whatever you go through, you can make it through. Whatever you go through, I promise you, if you hold on and you hold out, you can make it through it. You can make it through every journey. You can make it through every path. You can make it through folks really walking out of your life. You can make it through folks giving up on you. You can make it through folks dying on you. You can make it through every situation that's happening in the world. You can make it. You can make it. You can make it. So the third question. How do I overcome? So okay, so let's go back. Let's break it down. We know where we come from. And let's just keep it real. Not everybody come from the same neighborhood. And that's why it's so beautiful in the world. Because that's why you can't look at folks a certain type of way. Because if you understood where some people come from and what they've had to make it go over to get to where they get to, you'll smile. You'll smile and tell it. Stop looking at folks. Stop looking at folks and down on them. You don't know what they've been through to overcome. So where you come from. So we got to first know where you come from. To know who you are, you have to know where you come from. And don't forget about where you come from either. Don't forget about where you come from. That was molds you and makes you. But don't let it define you. Then you got to know what you've been through. What have I been through? What makes me me? What makes me me? How am I this person? What makes me me? So the third question. How do I overcome? Parents, teachers, boss, managers, CEOs, let me just say for a sidebar, you need to understand this question a little bit more. Some of y'all, I'm not going to say all of y'all. Let me just say this for the record. I don't say some of y'all, but some of y'all need to understand this. Not all of y'all. How do you overcome? You overcome by how you live and why you live. You overcome by how you live and why you live. Teachers, the reason why somebody want to take your job is because you done did another student dirty. That's why sometimes you can't, don't tell them they can't be nothing. Don't tell them they won't strive. Do not tell them that. Because the same person you might tell that to might be taking your job. You overcome by how you live and why you live. So how are you living? Are you living to change the next generations? High school students and college students. Please, please, please. Live your life to change the next generation. That's why you live it. And let me tell you, if you ain't seen passing the baton, some of you have got a dirty baton, and now you got to clean some mess up that some other folks messed up on. Not you, but them. So now you got to clean it up just so you can make it. That's all right. Clean it up. You might be the generation to change it. You might be the generation to change it. Here's the second piece to this. And this is why I said my first sidebar to the managers and the teachers. You overcome by helping someone else over the wall. You overcome by helping someone else over the wall. Why be an educator and not help somebody? Why be a nurse? Why be a minister? Why be a CEO? Why be these things if you're not going to help somebody else over the wall? I am who I am now is because I know I can help folks over the wall. I can help somebody else. I can pull somebody else over. And sometimes, teachers, you forget that. We have forgotten that you killing their dream. You knocking down their dream. You saying they can't be nothing. But what you don't understand, you need to be helping them over and get to the dream. Because guess what? The purpose is in the future. Everything lies in the next generation. The reason why I'm so comfortable talking to young people is because I know when I get old, they are the next generation. They are. Don't be looking at them mad and upset because they're doing things a little bit different. Maybe, just maybe, their music might be a little bit louder. Maybe, just maybe, their clothes might be a little bit brighter. But please, please, please do not throw them by the wayside. Because the whole point of you being a teacher, the whole point of you being a boss, the whole point of you being a CEO, the whole point of you being the nurse assistant is to help them over, get to where they need to get to. So back to my story. I had to come to understand that. So last year, I got to go back to last year. I got into Livingstone College. So I had to make the decision to go either stay on campus or stay off campus. So I decided to stay on campus. And I said, I'm making a crazy idea. I'm a grown man. I'm about to stay on campus. But what I did not realize was how many people I could impact. It's important when you realize how many people you can impact and how many people you can come in contact with. And that's important. Because what I didn't realize is I might be the right stepping stone to come in and help somebody else over the wall. I might be the person. What I'm telling you, young people, you might be the person to help everybody else over the wall. You might be the person to change everything. You might be the person to become the CEO. You might be the person that has the business idea. And let me tell you tonight, do not let somebody kill your dream because they don't believe in you and they didn't believe in themselves. Just because they do not see the plan doesn't mean everybody else don't see the plan. It's important to have a plan. So I get to Livingstone College and I start meeting all these people and I start coming in contact with these people and these wonderful college students. And the whole point of me waking up is saying, I just want to help somebody else. The one thing my mother taught me, she said, son, if you don't do nothing else, serve somebody else. If you don't do nothing else, serve somebody else. So my whole purpose is to serve. Your whole purpose is to serve. And that's my purpose. What's your purpose? I know my purpose in the future is to serve. Serve young people. That's what I love. I love serving young people because I know I love their energy. I love their enthusiasm. I love that they keep it real. But I love that sometimes they'll just sit and listen. So that's how I'm helping people overcome. How are you helping somebody overcome? How are you helping somebody overcome? You got to understand that. How are you helping somebody overcome? So let me go back to my something to think about. Because I know you're trying to figure out how does this tie into your something to think about. So I want you to highlight some points. Jeremiah 29:11 says this, here's your something to think about. I know the plans I have for you, announced the Lord. Let me just say for the record, I don't care if you're a non-believer or a believer on this. There is a plan for you because it was promised to you. See, you're going to miss that. Let me say this again, and I know some people ain't gonna like, I know some of my faith folks ain't gonna like this, but I just gotta keep it real because it's a promise. There is a plan for you because there's a promise. High school students, believe in your plan. College students, believe in your plan because it was planned before you even got here. And just because somebody think they can come harm you and kill your dream, guess what? They ain't the person to kill nobody's dream anyway. So who are they to tell you who you can and cannot be? I'm just saying, we got to stop telling people who they can and cannot be, especially these young people. Especially these young people. Stop telling them that. Stop it. The reason why I'm where I'm at is because my mama kept saying she believed in me, and she kept saying she believed that I was going to go to college. That was one of the biggest things. She said, boy, I believe that you're going to go to college. I don't know when, I don't know how, but you're going to go to college. And I'm standing here today living testimony that I'm in college. You got to understand, there is a plan. There is a plan. Yeah, I may have been out clubbing and partying, and it may have been fun, but it may have been part of the plan. Sometimes your struggle is all part of the plan. Sometimes your downfalls is all part of the plan. Do not get mad at the plan because it may be part of the plan because the plan was promised. So if the plan was promised, it must be something good coming out of it if you hold on. So the second piece of Jeremiah 29:11 says, here's your something to think about. These are your 3 questions to answer this question. I want you to enjoy success. So we want you. There are some people, and And what Jeremiah is trying to get you to understand is there are some people that really want you to enjoy some success. Some success. Keep them in your corner. Do not let them leave you. Leave them. Go watch All About the Tree. Understand the roots are in your corner so you can be successful. It's the reason why they stay on your back. It's the reason why they keep saying you can be everything you want to be if you just put your mind to it. So enjoy success. Enjoy success. The whole point of living, and this is what I need my teachers to understand, is for a student to enjoy success. Why are you going in the classroom teaching if you do not want every student to be successful? I don't care if you know that they might not make it. They just everything. You are striving for them to be successful. So enjoy success. But students, you play a part in this. You got to do your part. Students, you just can't look at all three of these questions tonight and say, oh, these just the three questions other people got to answer. You got to answer the questions for yourself too. You can't talk about I am who I am and look at other folks. You can't look at, well, they don't like me. You might want to look at yourself in the mirror too. Because they've been through some stuff, and maybe if you have a conversation, maybe you'll find out you're more the same than different. So here's the second piece. I do not plan to harm you. So first off, the people that's there to harm you right now, they your stepping stone to get to where you need to be. That's what it's saying. I'm just going to break it down into what it just told me. I'm just going to tell you how I looked at this. The people that's there to harm you is your ladder. You're supposed to step over them. The situations that come in your life, those are there to step over. The trials and the tribulations are there for you to step over. And boo-boo, let me tell you something tonight. They are not there to harm you. They are there for you to step over. Step over them. Step over them. And I will give you hope for years to come. That's what I will give you hope for years to come. And why is hope important? Hope is important because hope is an everlasting thing. If you understand, if you look at the definition of hope, and if you look at really the significance of this last line, hope has been a word that's been used for generations. I think that Dr. King, some of his phrases was talking about hope. If you look at some presidents, President Obama, some of his phrases was about hope. If you look at coaches, if you go watch Coach Carter, one of the famous songs was called Hopeful. Hope is an everlasting thing. So why is hope so important? Because the hope that's in this generation, I truly, truly believe the plan is in the future. Because this generation is starting to understand I am who I am. And you got to be comfortable knowing who you are and understand every plan that is given to you was already written down. And there is nobody there that can take it away, that can take it out, that can knock it down, because it is a plan that was given to you and it is special. So you hope and you give hope to the next generation. The reason why some of this generation is upset and they're down is because nobody hoped. Nobody gave them hope. Nobody gave them favor. Nobody believed in them. Instead of you saying you can go do it, you can't do that. Ain't nobody in our family ever been a doctor. Ain't nobody in our family ever been a lawyer. You can't be no business person. Ain't no way. Ain't no way you're going to graduate out of high school. How about you shut your mouth and walk out the person's life and let the people that's going to be for them tell them the child can be great. Because ain't no point in you knocking somebody down. That's not the purpose in the future. Just because your plan was knocked down and you let other folks knock it down and then you gave up on yourself does not mean you do that to somebody else. I am who I am. But students, I need you to understand. You got to look at yourself in the mirror. Have to look at yourself in the mirror and understand where you come from, what you've been through, and how you overcome is important. And there's some people that's going to be for you and some people that are against you. And you gotta hold on and hold out to all those people. So that's why I am who I am. But the real question tonight, who are you? And Kirk Franklin, I was watching an interview with Kirk Franklin and Steve Harvey. And this is kind of where I got this from. And I really wrote this last year. And I'm really, like I said, I just started to understand this. And Kirk Franklin said this quote, and I'm going to leave you with this tonight. I am who I am, and I was who I was, and I'm cool with both of those people. I am who I am, and I was who I was, and I'm cool with both of those people. I am who I am because, yeah, I got all my downfalls. Yeah, I got all my struggles. I got all my trials and tribulations. Yeah, I got all the plaques on the wall. I got all the good degrees and the certificates from the community college. Yes, I got the high school degree. But let me tell you something, students, that ain't really what made me. If you understood that I am who I am, it's because of the people that I'm helping. I am who I am, it's because the people I'm going to help. I am who I am because the people I come in contact with. They used to say that I talk too much in school. Well, let me just say for the record, this talking got real good. And now I love talking. And now I get to help somebody else. So maybe, just maybe, this was all part of the plan. Maybe me talking too much in school was all part of the plan, boo-boo. And let me tell you, if they say you doing something too much, tell them it may be part of the plan. The reason why I may be watching nursing videos online, hint, hint, is because they want to be a nurse. Because they in the barbershop, maybe, just maybe, they want to be a barber. The reason why they're always in church, maybe, just maybe, they want to be a minister. The reason why they may watch a teacher teach all the time is maybe, just maybe, they just want to be a teacher. Stop thinking and killing a child dream because you don't understand I am who I am. And so I was who I was. Yeah, I got all that. I got all the trials. I got all the tribulations. I got the losses. I got the hurts. I got the pains. I got losing my mother last year. And then and out of respect for my sister, losing my older niece right after my mother. But I had to understand all this pain, all this struggle, where I come from, it had significance. And I just knew, maybe, just maybe, I might be the generation to change everything. And I just got to keep on marching. And young people, what I'm telling you is you just got to hold on and keep on marching. You have to understand I am who I am, and I was who I was. And I'm cool with both of those people. I'm cool with the fact that I'm going to have some fails. I'm cool with the fact I done had some struggles. I'm cool with the fact that I done had some downfalls. I'm cool with the fact that I got all the degrees. But through it all, the whole point of me being here is understanding I am who I am. I'm going to overcome. I'm going to do everything that I need to do. And if you understand that, you'll truly understand your purpose is in the future. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your virtual eyes. Thank you for your virtual ears. Thank you for your virtual eyes. Mind. Purpose in the future. Part 1. Planning. Purpose in the future. Just a quick announcement and I'm gonna get on off of here. Tomorrow night, please join me live. Join me live for Justin Wade. Thank you as well. Join me live with Justin Wade. He will be doing vision. So join me live for that. I promise you do not want to miss this young brother. He is the chaplain at Livingstone College for the 2020-2021 semester. So please join me for that. He will be live at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. And then join me Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. with Minister Jeremiah Medlin from Baltimore, Maryland. He will be with me live to close out the conference. And then Justin don't know this, but he asked me something publicly, so I'm gonna ask him something publicly. Wednesday night, me and him will get on here and do a recap of the whole conference at about 9 p.m., 9:30, if he's available. So I'm asking him publicly. So thank you for joining me tonight. I really hope this helped. I really hope you learned something as much as I learned something. To my sisters, let me just say this. I love you. Thank you for letting me share our story, because this is not just my story that I'm sharing. This is our story. So to my sisters, I love you dearly. Justin, we are excited for you. We will see you tomorrow. Night 2. Purpose in the future. High school students, college students, we are looking for you. Parents, teachers, I need us to get it right and get it together. But students, y'all got a part. I am who I am. I am who I am. And I was who I was. And I'm cool with both of those people. You're something to think about. Remember this, Jeremiah 29:11. I know the plans I have for you, announced the Lord. I want you to enjoy success. I do not plan to harm you. I will give you hope for years to come. It's your boy Charles. But y'all know when I'm on this mic, just a young man telling his story. I'm signing off. See you tomorrow night. Y'all be good.